Hey everyone, it's Tony here with Nerds Never Sleep, and it's time again for another weekly roundup. That's right, this is the time of the week where I bring you in, show you all the statues, figures, and collectibles I highlighted on the channel over the past week using things like YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikToks, and photo galleries across all social media platforms. Now, this week I am very much behind, and I know, I promised I was going to get on track with things, but IRL stuff kind of took some precedence this week and bogged me down. But I did have some really cool pieces, and I'm going to jump right in and talk about them now. So to start the week off, we went strong with a fan favorite villain from My Hero Academia with, of course, Dabi. Now, I won't spoil who he is if you guys haven't gotten that far in the series, but we all know, if you're caught up, what's up with this character. Very badass villain, overwhelmingly strong powers, and this is one of the older and I think maybe the first prize figure that they released of Dabi. So still holds up to this day. I love how they made his jacket kind of flowing out behind him. It looked really cool. And again, other than the obnoxiously big base, which is my complaint about a lot of prize figures, he came out really well. Now, for Twin Tuesday, I went to another one that's typically a favorite when I highlight her. And it's this, I call her the Big Bad Wolf Ram. And it's actually from the series called The Wolf and the Seven Child Goats. So it's another kind of like fable or fairy tale. Again, I just call her the Big Bad Wolf one because of, obviously, the outfit. Super freaking cute. And for those of you looking for this one, they do actually have her in a pastel version of this costume as well. And I believe it's a blue or a purple. So she looks super cute in either costume. It's a bit heavier than most prize figures because of the big chunky pieces that she does have in her outfit. But she's a couple years old now and she still stands straight. So I do highly recommend, if you can get one of these, either version, to check her out. Now, I'm a little confused about Waifu Wednesday here, because this is a character that normally people really dig. Going to Ruby from OSHI. Now, this is the only one, strangely enough, this week that did not perform. I think as of recording right now, she only has about a dozen views. And this is her plain clothes version. Nothing revealing here. Nothing sexualized. So it's a very strange one indeed as to why she did not perform very well. So it's something else I gotta look into. I think all in all, she's extremely cute. Seeing these characters in their plain clothes, in different clothes, is always a plus for me, especially when you can display them in different variations of themselves. So having these things like the plain clothes, casual clothes, whatever you want to call her, is a plus. It is a very plain outfit, but the face and everything else are very well done on her. So again, if you haven't seen her and this is your first time seeing her, I do recommend, if you are a fan of the series, getting these plain clothes versions, because it does add, again, more variety to your collection when you have them in different poses, different outfits, etc. Now, I finally remembered to post on a Thursday for that time I got reincarnated on a Thursday with, of course, the boy, the badass leader of the Kijin himself, Benimaru. This is from the Banpresto Bandai Spirits line. So what they did was they kind of blended these two together, I believe. This is just my own opinion. And they made a more premium looking prize figure. He's still part of their Banpresto prize figure line, but if you compare him to the standard Banpresto Benimaru, way better quality. And it's funny because he has a foot stand, much like the Bandai Spirits or Ichiban Kuji figures. So way higher quality than your typical prize figure, but not quite the quality of a Kuji figure, all while being the same price of a prize figure. So if you can get your hands on him, Hero, and Diablo, I believe, are the trio that are in this set. I highly recommend getting these over your typical Ben Presto prize figure. Now, for Figure Friday, I went for kind of a Hail Mary. Didn't think this one would perform as well as it did. But this was the standout piece of the week. Because of the release of the looking Thunderbolts MCU trailer, I decided to show one of the kind of comic relief characters in the MCU, which most of them kind of are now anyways, with the Red Guardian Iron Studios 1/10 scale MCU statue. Now, I was very impressed by this one when I did the unboxing. I got him during Iron Studios' fire sale, where they were just getting rid of a bunch of the things that weren't selling, like the Black Widow statues and stuff like that. Had no intentions of buying this guy. But after I unboxed him and the Taskmaster one, I was actually pretty impressed with how well they were made. So a lot of you all seem to like this one as well. So I'm very, very happy about that. And if you do want to check out more of this guy, I did do a full unboxing and review of him on the channel as well. And I did have a video for Saturday, but to be honest, I totally forgot altogether to post the thing. So you'll be getting that this coming Saturday. It's going to be going back to Sword Art Online, Gun Gale Online to be more precise. So take a guess at who it might be. But spoiler, she's wearing pink. That's all I'm going to give you guys. But yeah, that's going to be it for the figure roundup. Now, at this time, and I haven't been doing it much lately, I do pick a favorite for the week. And I usually break it up into lower end stuff and higher end stuff. Obviously, this week I had one higher end piece with the Red Guardian statue. So he defaults to being my favorite high end. Now, as far as the rest of these, honestly, with me, it's a crapshoot right now. It's between Benimaru and Rom. But I think I'm going to have to give it to the Rom for my pick of the week. Because I honestly, for this being an older prize figure, I love how the costume is just all textures. And it's a very simple base. Has some print on it, so it's not too boring. And I can just really appreciate the pose, the facial expression, everything about it. And again, the fact that after a couple years, she's still standing upright. Hasn't had any sag, hasn't had any lean, nothing like that. Absolutely beautiful piece. I love her. And that was my picks for the week. Let me know who your favorite was over the past week in the comments. Now, before I close this one out, I'm going to give a couple of page updates. If you guys hadn't already seen, I went back to live streaming this past week pretty hard. Started doing Space Marine, Astrobot, and the incredible prologue demo for the next Atlas. I already am going to say masterpiece. Metaphor ReFantazio. Now, I was not expecting what I got from the demo of that game and absolutely loved it. We're going to finish that prologue demo up this week on stream and then roll right into the full game next week when it comes out, I believe, on Friday. So I did also do a couple of videos. I did a haul video and I did an unboxing of the Devil or Demon Rimuru is the companion piece to the Angel Rimuru Kuji that I did previously. So again, trying to get back into the consistent content kind of posting, but this week things kind of backed up a little bit, so we are behind schedule, which is why I'm making this one kind of quick. So this week, going to be doing some more live streams during the day probably, and going to do a couple of unboxings, Not sure what I got yet for you guys. I'm literally just going to grab at random things and just do them. So that's going to be it for page updates. Not really, again, much going on right now. Trying to get back on the swing of things since my vacation, my last vacation, I should say. And not sure, but I am going to be getting into spooky season. So expect more of the Waifu Wednesdays, Figure Fridays, stuff like that to be more on the horror or costume kind of sides of things. Characters wearing costumes, characters from horror series, things like that, leading up to Halloween week. I'm also going to be trying to do a couple of horror unboxings, which I have, I think, about 4 or maybe 5 Kotobukiya Horror Bishojo that I have to unbox. So I'm going to try to do one of those per week leading up to Halloween. But that's going to be it for all the channel updates. Hopefully you guys enjoyed checking all these amazing pieces out with me this week. If you like the video, do me a solid. Click that like button, click the subscribe button, click that share button, spread that nerdiness. Follow on all the socials. The links are down in the description below. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.